David Freeney here, destinationculture.com. Catanzaro looking for a winner. Oh, okay, we're at the San Nicola. Emmett Gates with the mic and Dan Cancian without the mic. For now, we're going to pass it around. We're going to have a little chat about the stadium, about the town, about what we've been up to. The Culture Weekender. If you haven't seen it, go check out the series Culture Weekender on destinationculture.com. Last time it was you in Padua and in Udine, and now we're here in Puglia, your former home.
Yeah, exactly. I lived in Puglia for 8 months 7 years ago, and I haven't been back since. So this is my first time back. A lot of mixed emotions, and yeah, it's great to be back. Great to be back in the San Nicola watching Serie B action.
Yeah, 2 goals already. Dan, you arrived today. So far, you've had some seafood. We ate lunch in Molfetta with Tommy. Tommy, thanks for taking us to Jenny's restaurant there. Very, very nice. Look, we've got 20,000 people here, there or thereabouts.
Yeah.
Good atmosphere for you.
Oh yeah, cracking atmosphere. It's my first time here in Bari, and it just reeks of Italianity, doesn't it, in this venue? It's amazing. Obviously, it's a bit of a white elephant. It's far too big for the current situation in Bari. But the atmosphere is superb. We should probably mention the Catanzaro way.
Catanzaro playing here. They've got their fans over there. Travelling contingency of about 600, maybe 700.
I would say so. They've been brilliant.
It's a 4-hour drive, so well done to them.
I can sympathise with them because I've been away for 17 hours, so yeah.
True, it takes look, for people that want to come here and experience Puglia and some football, it depends on the time of the year, depending on the flights. If you want to go watch Lecce, it might be a bit more difficult because Brindisi Airport is basically reducing the flights. Bari still has plenty. It depends on the time of the day that you want to travel. It's a Friday night, so we came yesterday on a Thursday. You came Friday morning. That's why it's been such an early start. 4 a.m. back in London?
4 a.m. Yeah.
But you've had some good food.
Oh, amazing food, yeah.
Yeah, and Bari town itself, a little bit rough around the edges, around the outskirts, a little bit chaotic with the traffic. It's very southern Italy with that.
Yeah.
The airport not the greatest, but accessible. It's only 20 minutes from the airport to the main central part of Bari. We saw Bari Vecchia last night. Now, Bari Vecchia is the old town. You haven't been there yet, Dan, but we're going to take you. We've got some good footage there. We're at the San Nicola Cathedral, where we already mentioned on our socials a little bit of the history about the where he came from. What else can you tell us about Bari Vecchia? It wasn't as nice when you were living here compared to when we went last night.
Yeah, exactly, David. And I remarked to you how I was shocked at what they said, the gentrification of Bari Vecchia. Obviously, it was the old stomping ground of one Antonio Cassano, where he grew up as a child. When I was last in Bari Vecchia 7 years ago, it did not look like it last night when we went exploring.
Very clean,
very tidy, lots of nice restaurants. You could dine al fresco. It was, there was jazz music. It was very nice, very sociable. It's light years away from what it was influencers. Yes, we saw that.
And Dan, in Molfetta today, it's where Emmett used to live when he was doing his year abroad. But you have experienced Molfetta, your first impressions, a nice seaside town?
Oh, superb seaside town, yeah. I must admit, I wasn't aware of its existence until today.
There you go.
But what a find. I mean, the food was sensational. I know the recency bias is a big thing when reviewing food, and I get it. But today's seafood is up there with some of the best seafood I've ever had.
At Jenny's. Jenny's in Molfetta. Yeah. Jenny is in Gomorrah, Jenny.
The only qualms about the food I had today is that I wish someone had warned me about the size of the portions. Because, as I said, I've been away for 17 hours and that's the only meal I had, and I'm still full. We've had food, 6-7 hours ago now?
I've been eating for the content, to be honest. I've been full since yesterday. We had the orecchiette when we first...
you really do sacrifice yourself with a scoop of tiramisu here and there for the team.
The things we have to do on Destination Culture.
I agree.
It's kind of like Opus Dei, isn't it? Like where we're just constantly punishing ourselves.
Yeah.
Bari fans, they are lashing out at the hierarchy here. Few chants. We won't go into exactly what they're singing about, but met a few of the Bari local journalists.
Yeah.
And they've got a few things to say as well. There's a little bit of discontent. They are in Serie B, in my opinion. They probably wouldn't be here without the current ownership, but there's always something to complain about, I guess. We all get complacent from time to time. We've seen it in Naples with the ownership group. Now they're here, going through it again. nearly got to Serie A a couple of seasons ago. It's a historic stadium, as we said in our audio pod, which I will tell you to go and listen to on our Spotify and Apple, where we go into a lot of depth about this stadium, but a lot of history here. Schillaci, Baggio, David Platt, all the history. And you were saying, we'll just tell the viewers our favourite, the players that we think of when we think of the San Nicola. For me, it was Igor Protti.
For me, it's Protti and
And for you?
For me, it's Dacian Savicevic for his performance with Red Star Belgrade in the 1991 European Cup final. I know it's a bit of a perhaps controversial choice, but I put it to you. Bari playing red and white, Red Star Belgrade playing.
Inspirational.
Don't know about the seafood in Belgrade though. I don't think it's that good.
Maybe he did the right thing and didn't eat a massive portion of seafood before the game.
Maybe that. Actually, considering the way the game went, they probably had way too much food.
Tiramisu weighed me down today. I mean, it was unbelievable. The food here, insanely good. We spoke to Jeremy, we spoke to Nige, who are two Bari fans. They're Englishmen that live in the local vicinity. Guys that spoke to us, we thank you for speaking with us. They told us a lot of information. We're going to put those up on our socials as well.
Yeah.
Their experiences of moving here. They are English immigrants into Italy, and they're loving life in Puglia. The weather, food, the culture, the relax. They're retiring here, and they love it. From Halifax, and also Suffolk. So plenty of reasons to come. If it can attract people from Northern England, obviously we spoke in our audio pod. It's not the first place you think of to come to Bari or to Lecce, which we're going to go to as the other part of the Culture Weekender, but it is a great place. It reminds me of your Calabrias and your Sicilies, that vibe, even the Neapolitan vibe.
yeah, exactly. You know, David, obviously, we've been driving the last day we've been here, and as I remarked to you, it's like organised chaos. And as you said yourself, one of your first impressions was it has that southern feel to it. It's cars just park what they want, drive what they want, you know.
Yeah, all things are happening today. And you had never been, apart from Sicily, south of Rome.
No, I must admit I'm a complete foreigner to this part. It does feel that, to me anyway, it feels very different. I agree with what I'm saying about organised chaos. Organised chaos is probably quite a fitting way to describe Bari on and off the pitch recently.
Yeah.
They've improved, I think, this season. We obviously saw them in Genoa against Samp earlier this season, but they're not quite there yet.
Not quite there. Yeah. Well, they got Moreno Longo at the helm. We've written on this on the website. Go and check it out on destinationculture.com. But the inside Bari, the inside Catanzaro, it's all there to see. We don't just cover Serie A, also Serie C. We've been to Benevento, we've been to Padova, the big derby. They might be inviting us back to experience a match day, derby day with them.
Away from home, no less.
And if you haven't seen that, Dan went to Padova, spoke to the Ultras. There's a story up on the website as well. The referee is coming over to send someone off from the bench. Don't know who got sent off there, but we are in the 88th minute, 1-1. We'll wrap it up, guys. We're going to head off to Lecce. We'll put that in as a separate pod. The overall perception I get of Bari, definitely worth the visit. If you're going to have a cultural weekend, try and shoehorn in a couple of games like we're doing. 3 days down here. The culture, the food, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it is everything you want. Food, football, you know.
And in terms of budget.
Yeah, it's fairly cheap.
And it's off the beaten track, which helps.
Yeah.
It is, yeah. And there's not too many tourists. It's just enough. That really nice, clean, friendly vibe.
It's a vibrant vibe, but it's not overwhelmingly busy as it would be in Rome, Venice, or Milan.
Yeah, and you can feast 4 people today, €100, so about 90 quid.
There was enough food for 8 people, so it's an absolute bargain.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Okay, we'll leave it there.
Yeah.
We'll put some images in this for you, and we're going to see you for the Lecce pod, destinationculture.com. Dan Cancian, Emma Gates, David Farid.